Welcome back to the channel. Today, it's my news response series. There are a lot happening recently and we have a lot to go through. So let's start with Canon, my current setup. So I'm using the R8. So what benefits R8 in the recent news? Of course, it's much anticipated 35 f1.4 VCM. What I think about this lens? Well, it doesn't matter how it performs in image quality. I have no doubt Canon has aced its image quality. It will be fantastic. And the early reviews have proven that. So it is sharper than the old EF, legendary EF 3514 L2. And it's much sharper than the RF 3518 IS, right? So the biggest surprise with the 35, because it's so much anticipated, so the biggest surprise to me is actually its price. It's priced at $1500 US dollars. What does that mean? It means it's actually equivalent of 2016, what? $1,000? So it's almost a half price of, if you adjust it with inflation, it's 2016 EF 3514 L2, half of the price, and deliver the performance like even better. What more can you expect? I don't really care about that aperture ring only works in the video mode unless you own one of the camera announced after May 2024, which is only one so far, the Canon Cinema EOS C400. Doesn't matter. Using video mode, it's fine. It's clickless. It can't change to clickable aperture. Who cares? Even you don't use it at all, even it doesn't have that at all, it's just the same as all the EF lenses. Canon has never had an aperture ring on any of the EF lenses since 1989, and no one has complained. They sold more than 30 million of them. No, actually more than that, probably 100 million. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, at this point, it's so much anticipated, and it's just everyone wants one. Every serious Canon shooter wants one. It doesn't matter. So what I need to do, I probably need to move a little bit. I'll go across the road. Yeah, I don't know how the stabilization gonna be able to cope, because it's quite a bumpy walk. All right, so I'm trying to find somewhere a little bit more stable. All right. So at this point, my view on this is, as long as Canon done any half decent job, and as long as it's a real 1.4, which of course it is, you know, Canon not gonna be doing something stupid, you know, so it'll be selling like hotcake, you know. Don't quote me on that, but I truly believe Canon will sell like a hotcake. Simple as that. There's no chance Canon has messed it up so much that they won't be able to sell. There's zero chance that the image quality or the autofocus performance is so bad, serious Canon shooters say, I will avoid this 3514 at all costs. VCM is a little bit shaky when the camera is not powered on, so you can feel something inside the lens is moving around. A little bit worrying, but we'll see. Canon has never disappointed people on 3514. Believe that. It's a tradition, and I think they care about this kind of tradition. Japanese company, they will not fuck up a 3514, especially Canon. $1,500, it's a bargain. I was expecting same price as 51.2, to be honest, 2200 with inflation. 51.2 was announced when the RF system was first announced, so it was like 5-6 years ago. So considering inflation of the recent years, it will be 2500, and it was 1500. I know it doesn't have 1.2, it doesn't have IS, but it's 555 grams. What more could you want? It's small, it's 1.4 aperture, it's a sharp corner to corner, and it's a Canon, so it will sell. It will sell tons of them. I have no doubt about it. And the only reason I haven't placed my pre-order is Australian pricing. It's equivalent of 18 to 1900 US dollars at the moment. I know they're gonna run a special, they're gonna run a deal, and then it will be 10-15% off, then there will be around about $1,500 in a month or two. But because the 3514 and so many people anticipate that, so it might take a little bit longer. Another reason I haven't ordered is what Canon has admitted, they're gonna have a series of this kind of lenses coming. So it will be a 3514 and more 14. So they haven't mentioned what exactly, but widely guessed 8514 and 5014, 2414, and we might have a 20mm 14. So it'll be very exciting. So I'm probably gonna get, I don't know, I quite like this lens. I'm using the 28-28 pancake lens, and I quite like it. I don't think the autofocus STM bothered me that much less than I expected. And yeah, it's certainly sharp enough for 4K video. I might get a 51.4, I don't know. I really don't like the EF1.8 adapted or native. I have the RF1 at 51.8 as well. I still don't like it. The 6 blades aperture, nah, not my thing. I mean, it's certainly small enough to chuck in the bag just in case, but I haven't used it in that case. I haven't found the case to use it. I think I've uploaded only one video using that 50, and I didn't like it much. So I don't know. What I secretly wanted was a 20mm 14. If Canon could keep it under 500 or under 600 gram and reasonably sharp edge to edge, that'd be a killer. I would rather get 20 than 24. So 24 is still a little bit too tight for handheld work. 20 is a lot better. 28 is, I can only put it down like this. I can't hold on my hand. If I hold on my hand, it will be certainly not wide enough. Right, let's move on to the next news, which is the Canon C400. What a coincidence, right? So for years, people have been complaining about all the cinema camera. They forgot their tradition. They don't have a box style camera. And all of a sudden, Blackmagic have their Pixis, and then Canon got their C400, which made Sony FX6 less lonely, right? So made FX have some serious competition from Blackmagic and Canon. Well, what I see this is triple base ISO, not big of a deal, but the boxy style, full frame, RF mount, and dual pixel 2 autofocus. Those are big deals. Those means they can catch up on Sony in cinema camera adapting modern mirrorless technology. So you will have similar or same user experience from autofocus, from tracking, same mount, same lenses, and you can adapt the PL, of course, and you got a boxy style. Again, I think $8,500, killer price. I was expecting $9,999, but $8,499, killer price. I think Canon gonna do really well with that, really well. And if you lower a C70 to maybe 4,500, they will sell another wave of C70. So yeah, it's great. All right, move on. So apart from Canon, what do we got? We got heaps of things. GH7 from Panasonic. To be honest, this is a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect a GH camera because GH6 is not that old, right? GH6 is not that old, and they already announced the GH7. But again, you know, nothing wrong for announcing that, because you know, after G9 II, everyone was wondering, where is the face detection autofocus? There's no face detection autofocus on any of the GH line, which is unacceptable. So it's kind of everyone sees it's coming. So but it's announced so quick. It's a little bit surprising, but not much. What else? Does that mean Micro Four Thirds not going to see another boxy camera, or they're not going to see another like a compact S9 equivalent? Don't know. But I do see GH6, you know, start to phase out, and only GH7 on sale. So that makes logical sense, because who want a flagship with no face detection autofocus? You could say I don't care, but you still want one. You secretly still want one. I'm sure you want one in your arsenal instead of not having one. Apart from that, this morning we just got the news of the new VR lens. Well, I haven't read too much about that specs, so I don't know. But it's also something logical, because after the 5.2 mil, everyone was expecting, what about R7? What about R7 to have something they can use? So this is the answer to that. Apart from that, I think I'm running low on battery. Let's finish this episode right here, right now. It's beautiful behind me. Cool. See you in the next episode.